Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Well, we'll get to other stuff. Let's just jump to the main thing here. So, the EZA announced for the celebration is LR, Gohan, and Goten. Now, this is being received very negatively by the community. How do I feel about this? Do I think people are being babies? Do I think people are whining? Are people correct? Are they missing the mark? No, I would say that people, oh, I forgot to bring them up. Oops. I would say people are right on the mark. This is not the EZA to drop right now. It's like very vaguely, it's kind of like hitting the theme right here, because what's weird about this is like Gohan is such a huge part of this Turles character and Turles' kit, right? Like Gohan is, activates Turles' intro, gets him his active skill. There's the support memory for, Gohan transformed in the Grade 8 mode. So I get it with them dropping this Gohan, but the problem with this, right? This could be way worse, but thank God, I think they hit with both of Turles' banner units. Diaz and Cacao could have been a little bit better, but they are stupendous. So that helps Turles a lot, right? But these EZA characters, they should be here to help the main Dokkan Fest. I think one issue a lot of people are having with Dokkan this year, a lot of people don't like the unit choices, right? Like, there's going to be people who are fans of the Universe 6 girls, right? Fans of Kale. So it's like, oh, Kale got a Dokkan Fest, I'm happy no matter what. There's fans of, like, Super 17. Like, oh, Super 17 got a Dokkan Fest, I'm happy no matter what. I like those characters. Those, people do exist. But a casual player who just likes Super Saiyans, right? They're going to see, Super 17. Even though Kale is a Super Saiyan, the Universe 6 girls, for the most part, are hated. They are despised by most Dragon Ball fans I've seen. I mean, there's obviously a lot of people that like them. I've always liked the Universe 6 girls since day one. But there's a lot of people that don't like them, right? So it's like they always would have kind of like a negative association with them. But I think that unit choices have been an issue for a lot of people. I'm actually okay with it, right? 8th anniversary LRs, I think, were fine pick. The Spirit Bomb, I like the theme of it. The Part 2 LRs, yeah, I mean, I do like the idea of, like, these intros, like, as part of, like, an anniversary type setting. I like it a lot. But, like, the Kai intro, I mean, maybe it's just a me thing, but, like, I have no nostalgia for Kai whatsoever. So I don't know if that's just me. Kid Gohan, I liked a lot better than Kai Goku initially, but, I mean, Kid Gohan is, like, the most least hyped character ever by me and Nano's scientific method, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, what am I gonna say here? And then Super 17, good pick, but guess what? Banner unit sucks. EZ8 doesn't really directly help him. MVP 17. Then we move on to Kale. God Goku is next. God Goku drops, and he's a super powerful Super Saiyan character, which means he doesn't even need help. But he gets it in Rage Vegeta. His banner unit was ridiculous. The main EZA was LR Beerus and Whis. Doesn't really help God Goku, but he doesn't need it, so it's not really a big deal, right? Saiyan Day was a huge W, I think, celebration. Then we go to Kale. Kale is way better than a lot of people give her credit for. Super good. But her banner unit sucked. Frost was complete ass cheeks. The thing with Super 17 and Kale, if Frost and Dr. Zhou and Dr. Mew, if they were as good as this character right here, Kale and Super 17 would be way better, right? Like, this is one thing, like, people are gonna gas up Turles, but one huge thing people just aren't understanding is that, like, Turles, Kale doesn't really have, I think, these major issues. Turles and Super 17 have, like, design flaws. I think massive design flaws that Kale does not have. But Turles gets the help with his banner units, right? Which really helps him. Whereas with Kale, it's like they fumble with her banner unit, Frost. Then, at least they did give her an EZA that helped her, but it didn't help her in the way that she really needed. So you leave the celebration really feeling like, okay, like Kale needs help still. We get to Golden Week. I think Golden Week was fine in the picks, right? The Dual Dokkan Fest 23rd World Tournament was very deserving. I think Dokkan Fest Piccolo, I mean, what like character were they going to easy there? I think Dokkan Fest Piccolo made sense. I'm fine with that. But then we get here, this unit just has no place. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't have dropped this EZA for Goku Day. Just drop it on both versions at the same time. I mean, it's funny. I do see people, even like Goresh is actually very upset. Like I was talking with him in DMs, and like I definitely see his point, but like a lot of these are just like very like minor. It's like if they just move this back 3 weeks, it's funny how much different people would think of that Golden Week celebration. Now I kind of like did a poll and asked people after the celebration. Seems like most people liked it. I think a lot of people agreed that part 2 and the super busted free-to-play characters kind of brought it back. But what I'm seeing from Gresh and others is that it's just consistent, like, small mess-ups, right? But it gets annoying after a while. It's like we start with, like, the gargantuan mess-up, which is Beast Gohan, which he is. I mean, it's not the way Beast should have been introduced into the game. Again, part 2 of the 8th anniversary, like characters not being super hype. But, I mean, the thing is, if you go to every single anniversary, like, the part 2 has never been crazy. These major celebrations, every single part 2 ever, like, is not that good, right? Like, you go through all of them. Like, I've never been like, oh my god, this part 2. Like, the closest was the Worldwide Download Celebration last year. This is why I thought the Carnival change was good, because these part 2s have never been good. But the thing is, they made those characters way undertuned. Goku and Vegeta and Metal Cooler are just flat out not good enough compared to characters released directly next to them, right? Was an issue for those characters. But it's just these like numerous small issues. Super 17's kit being very weird. Dr. Zhou and Mew sucking. Then, why is Tournament Power MVP 17 easing in that celebration? Why not Android 13? We were thinking Android 13 was going to ease and help Super 17. He would have helped him a lot. He didn't get his EZA, right? Now here, I mean, LR Turles is sitting there on a silver platter to really help this Turles. I was saying last night, like, I mean, here, dude, I could pull up the tweets. I was saying this, like, bro, like, if they EZA LR Turles, I kind of like that the spot that this Turles team is in, right? Let's look at this. Yep, Dokkan Fest Turles helps so much by having 2 banner units. Like, 2 banner units, 2 that are very good, right? Like, if Turles got 2 Frosts, Turles would be a complete wash of an L. He would suck balls. If his banner units weren't crazy, Turles would just completely suck, basically. He would be worthless. The banner units, like, can actually... Because that's what the banner units are designed to do, exactly, or they should be designed to do exactly what they are doing for Turles, which is really helping this main, like, unit that they're trying to sell, right? Yeah, again, if Kale and Super 17 had their banner units actually be decent and not trash, they would have been helped significantly. And then, see, it's like the EZA for LR Turles, man. If LR Turles got his EZA, it would have been very interesting. Because the problem with this guy that a lot of people are going to come to see, I was telling people about Goku and it turned out correct. People are going to find out about this Turles that it's like, if he's in a juiced setup, it's not even about support buffs. It's about having this, and this up. Turles from these 3 links is getting 55% defense from 3 links. That's the main thing for this Turles. When you get him 55% defense right there, I mean, this boy is going to be sitting there 700k, 800k, 900k defense at the start of turn, fully built up with a little bit of damage reduction. One of my main issues with this character, though, this is not good enough. He should have had 40% damage reduction at least. I don't want to hear, too good or anything like that. Again, this is a main summonable character, right? This guy should have had 40% damage reduction right there. 1,000, million, 100%. So I don't know. I mean, this guy needed help. Gohan and Goten, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, they're, like a Dokkan Fest LR. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I mean, I expect these guys to be busted. the thing about these DOKKANFEST LRs, they've all been like top 5 on release. I expect this Gohan and Goten to potentially be 8th anniversary level. I'm just telling y'all right now. Don't be shocked when this character is just utterly ridiculous. They release in 1 week from today. But it's just like, it doesn't help Turles. This is our 5,000th, like, the good thing is that hybrids do need the help. Like, hybrids need, let's look at these teams. Hybrids needs help. Boo Saga needs help. Full Power always needs help. Joint Forces always could use help. Movie Heroes is fine. Goku Family is fine. Sibling Bond needs help. Super Saiyan needs help. Kamehameha is probably always going to be fine. It doesn't really need help. This doesn't need help. This doesn't need help. This does. They're buffing a bunch of teams that I think do need help. So, I mean, it's like, they're good for the game, but not for Turles. And it's like, you know, I think about Goresh. Goresh is a huge villain guy. So it's like, you know, oh, like, who are the characters they've fucked up this year? It's the villains. it's like, if you look, so there have been 4 major villain characters released. We've had Super 17, we've had LR Super Boo, we've had Mid Junior, and then we've had Turles. I would argue that they're 1 for 4 on, like, great kit. It's only Mid Junior. Boo, with the 70% chance to guard, really turns him into a frustrating character. Turles is good, but not good enough. I'm sorry, but at day 1 TUR, I should not be good. Like, yeah, I mean, I think he's like 7th or 8th best TUR. No, that is not the way it should be. This guy should not be worse than the Gammas. He should not be worse than Kid Goku, characters who released 8 months ago or 7 months ago or whatever the hell it was. Like, no. Turles is not good enough on release. And this is a PvE game too. So it's like, people could go, oh, they just want every unit to play the game for them. I mean, yeah, it's a PvE game, dude. Like, we're happy with busted characters, not cope characters. What are the characters people go crazy for? The ones that are uber busted, man. Like, that's what people want. We don't want to deal with this nonsense. Like, do you know how ridiculous it's, if you have 2 Turleses with this intro up? Imagine that you just permanently have 6 key and 36% attack added to every character. Do you know how ridiculous that is? You know how stupid that is? It's like, if Turles is designed as though he's getting this intro all the time. Like they designed him like he always has that intro up, but you actually don't ever have the intro up. That's what's weird. So it's like, yeah, Turles got 2 banner units, but that doesn't matter. Oh my god, Turles got 2 banner units. How good. He needs more. Like, villains need all the help they can get. And that's the thing. Both villain celebrations, they easy superclass characters. Turn up Power 17 and now LR Gohan and Goten. I'm not really a fan of the choice here. I think it's stupid. I do. I don't see the need for this character. And especially if they're going to just easy right here, it does raise the question of why didn't they just goddamn easy during Goku Day? It doesn't make a ton of sense. I don't know. Stupid. I agree. Yeah, it's just like, I don't like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. Now, again, I'm telling y'all, this character's probably gonna be top 5. So, you know, when I'm cackling at how busted they are in a week, don't go, oh my god, you were hating on them getting an ECA. Yeah, because it's stupid. Villains need help. Like, there will be 1,000 opportunities for this character to ECA with strong superclass character celebrations. This, I think, is sort of a main issue. Is people are gonna have it's like one of 2 issues. Like villain fans are getting shafted hardcore. And then, you know, if you're like a hype beast like Diddy or Nano, right? Like, you're looking for like Super Saiyans every celebration pretty much, and they're, you know, giving us Turles and Super 17 and Kale, who again is a Super Saiyan, but she's not like a Super Saiyan. If you get what I mean, right? Like, yeah, you got it. All right. So, Turles celebration info. Oh, let's read this. Login bonus mission to get stones, super fierce battle event, Dragon Ball story, final battle events. I mean, here's the thing. This celebration does look like it's going to be very good. That's what's funny about this, right? Like, it's like a lot of people are in Sky is Falling mode, but the celebration is actually, like, very good. Like, if you just look at it in a vacuum, like, it's super kick-ass. All right, missions, login bonus. We got the banner. Turles and his banner units. I like these guys are like, damn. This is probably the best banner unit, right? Then maybe like Krillin, STR Piccolo. I mean, then you could start talking about like the Tech God Goku, AGL Golden Frieza, Android 8, Tech Caulifla type characters. And then like this unit is coming in right around there as well. This character has a 50% chance to additional super, 50% chance to dodge, 50% chance to crit. Like, you know, they've got some stuff to them. They could do some good damage. 50% chance to dodge means they, you know, if they get caught, you know, you have a tool to counteract that. And they have Destroy the Universe and Thirst for Conquest with Turles, right? But that's the thing. So the banner units are going to nail these links for him. Turles, you need to cycle in Big Bad Boss's characters. That's the problem, though, with the way they kind of set Turles up, is it's like using Chi-Lai means Turles isn't going to have Big Bad Bosses. Using Kid Goku means Turles isn't going to have Big Bad Bosses, right? Using Broly means Turles isn't going to have Big Bad Bosses. Like, if besides Turles and his banner units, you would probably be best suited going for Big Bad Bosses characters. Golden Frieza's not on Space Traveling Warriors, but even still, you know, I probably would use him quite a bit, but I would still lament the fact that he doesn't have Big Bad Bosses either, right? But yeah, these characters. I mean, Turles is good, but again, I would on my tier list. I mean, he's like 7 or 8. Like he's like right around Yamcha. I think he's right around Yamcha. If you guys remember when Yamcha came out, I was saying I wish he had a little bit more. The day Yamcha came out, I said I wish he had a little bit more. I think Turles is very close to the Yamcha level, but we're 7 months later. So that should tell you all you need to know, right? Right? Like, does that make sense? I think it does. All right, Turles Dokkan event, sure, W. Dragon Ball story, W. This is always good. I like Dragon Ball stories being added. I like the little cutscenes. There is the Gohan support memory. We do also have the free-to-play character added here. I actually like this free-to-play character. I think it's important to grade these characters correctly, like for what type of content they're meant to do. I could see this guy helping in Super Battle Road and being good for the support memory event because this is strong. This is a very powerful ability. One thing I also want, I mean, I don't want to go super crazy with the praise when it's something that's obvious, but this guy does an EZA. They just made him a TUR that's good, which means he could EZA in the future, right? Like, awesome, man. That's good. That's a good thing. Like, don't EZA these. They don't need to EZA the second they come out. There's no point. Like, imagine he gets an SSR Awakening, a TUR Awakening, and an EZA. Like, it would be so stupid. Thank God that they didn't need to EZA him right away. Dr. Wheelo gets a Prime Battle. I mean, listen, Dr. Wheelo being introduced into the game is really good. I think this guy would have made for a better Dokkan Fest. I think Dr. Wheelo as a Dokkan Fest character would have worked much better for this guy. Because of his links and his teams, they could have made, like, if this guy, if he just, this similar kit, but then you also have him, like, guarding, but, he's getting the big percentage-based boosts that Dokkan Fest characters have, and then he's also supporting Extreme Class, like, this could be good. They could have made this guy a powerful Dokkan Fest, and he's, like, a support, and it would have worked well, right? Like, it's like, again, I always go to Garesh's idea for LR Omega Shenron. People are like, in 8th anniversary, they're like, oh, well, even if they dropped LR Omega, how are you going to use him? And Gresh is like, well, just give him 50% support to all Extreme Class units and guard and damage reduction and everything. And it's like, I mean, yeah, they just could. Yeah, like, it's like, right? Like, that's Dr. Wheelo, like, his links aren't the greatest, his teams aren't the greatest, but, like, they could just make him busted, right? As he stands, I mean, I think in a lot of situations he could tank normals. Dr. Wheelo. I think in a lot of situations he could actually tank normals of these bosses. Like how do I grade him? Like, is that good enough from a Prime Battle LR? Probably, right? Like, Prime Battle LR Cell's EZA can tank normals, and it feels good enough. I guess the thing is that, like, Cell, you could run him with other cells and he works effectively, whereas, like, Dr. Wheelo, it's like, this is rough to say the least. So I don't know. I would say Dr. Velo's not nearly good enough, but believe it or not, he could have been worse. He might be in a better spot than like Prime Battle TN, for example. So this is the Turles EZA. We're getting the sub EZAs for Great Ape Turles and Goku. I want to see them more in game. People are telling me that what is it? This buff plus that like it's actually multiplicative, right? So it's in a different phase. Does the wiki say this? This is what I'm seeing people say. So because these aren't just like a same phase buff, it means this guy's stats are actually way higher. Like defensively, apparently this guy is cracking like way over 700k defense, which if that's correct, that means this guy's actually really good. And he is actually really helpful for Turles. I will test more and see. But there's a good chance that this guy is actually really good. For a sub EZA, if he's breaking 700k defense as a sub EZA, he's a monster W for sure. This Goku, not really too crazy on. It's like some of these aspects of him could look good, but this is not a character in practice who's going to be as good as he might look on paper. The support is nice, but I mean, I would really like key support, and I don't like creating colored orbs right here, but then being a floating character who's not going to be able to benefit. If he was creating rainbow orbs, he'd be in a much better spot, but I don't think this character's too crazy. Battlefield, sure. Sales, keys, like always. Elder Kai banner. I talked about LR Gohan Goten at the start. I think it's a moronic choice. It's just frustrating because LR Turles would be the most recent character they've EZA'd by 6 months, but I mean, it just made a ton of sense. Like if LR Turles was super good, my idea for LR Turles was give him 40% damage reduction in slot 3. That's what I would do for LR Turles. That would make that unit obscenely busted. They would be so good to buff cooler, and that's what villains need. That was my idea. LR Turles, EZA them, give them 40% damage reduction in slot 3, and watch villain teams able to cook 50 times more. That would be so nuts if they did that. And Turles would be massively buffed. The juiced version of Turles that people will try and shove down your throats could be a reality a lot more often if LR Turles would EZA, but unfortunately, no. So yeah, but again, I said all that very negative, but I expect them to be super busted. I'm just telling y'all now. This is DOKKANFEST LR EZAs are not typical EZAs. They make these characters ridiculous, so expect that. Looks like they're gonna be weak to. No, this is just their banner. I'm a silly boy. Yeah, this is just their banner. That's their Ultimate Gohan and Goten. Sure. New Extreme Super Battle Road stage. Their Dokkan event is up. Another goddamn chain battle. Jesus Lord, they shove these down our throats, dude. Okay, all right, so I gotta make sure to rainbow 50 copies of Turles. I mean, let's look. Let me pull up Turles real fast. All right, how annoying of a chain battle is this gonna be? We have a DOKKANFEST who should be pretty easy to obtain. Chances are good he might be on the main banner. World Term unit people really aren't going to have. This is a very easy character to have. He's just a banner unit that's been around forever. We have the free-to-play character and his SSR and the SR, right? We have the new DOKKANFEST. LR Turles' TUR and SSR certainly could be tough for people to have, though. There's a lot of Turleses, though. Who would be the superclass character? No clue who the superclass characters would be, huh? Maybe just Goku? Like base form Gokus? Maybe. Hard to say, right? Typically villains are what can be tricky about these chain battles, though. And Turles does have a fair amount of characters. By the way, I saw people saying, Turles has so many characters. Why does Turles have so many characters? But if you break it down, nah, he doesn't really, right? One DOKKANFEST from 2018. This is a World Tournament reward card. And dude, he was like the 7th World Tournament reward or something? What is he? The 9th. He was the 9th World Tournament. We don't worry about global. He was the 9th World Tournament reward card, this Turles, right? I'm sorry, but we're not going, oh my god, this character has a World Tournament reward card. What are they making more of him? That does not count. then this is like a year one banner unit. Like, again, I'm sorry, this is the third relevant Turles character. One Dokkan Fest, we had the LR right here, the LR Team Turles, and now a second Dokkan Fest. That is not like, oh my god, why are there so many Turleses? There's been 3 in 8 years. Calm down. Like, that's not a problem at all, dude. There's been 3. And it's not like they've been spaced out so much, right? 1 in 2018, 1 in 2020, 1 in 2023. I do not look at that as them spamming Turles at all. And then finally, we're going to get new quest stages. That's good. It's been a while. Yeah, they added Area 31. This was like April 1st, and now they're getting back to it. I've been link leveling the shit out of stage 31 for. It's been really good. Getting tons of incredible gems, tons of blue incredible gems. By the way, the Dragon Ball story, people are telling me, might have a pretty significant link level stage. We'll see, right? There's always a chance they change the layout of these Dragon Ball story maps and stuff like that, so we'll see. So, let me know what you guys think. LR, Gohan, and Goten are getting their EZA. Is that good? I don't know. I mean, they're going to be super busted, but, I mean, Turles. The problem is help the main character of the celebration, Turles. Help Super 17. Help Kale. Like, I don't want to, like, oh my god, Turn Up Power 17 got his EZA. Blue Kaioken Goku buff. Like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear Super 17 buff, right? I want to hear Kale buff. I want to hear Turles buff, right? Not, oh my god, LR Ultimate Gohan buff. Right, like I'm okay, man. I'll be all right. let's give Turles help. How about that? All right. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch y'all next time.